Adrian Lewis just taking in the view there, can't quite believe what he looks out on. 11,000 Yorkshiremen and women enjoying a night of the darts. Robert Thornton against Adrian Lewis. Lewis in sparkling form, hit a 9-dart finish in the Players' Championship of the weekend, won the UK Open the week before. Comfortably towards the top of the table, 7 points, but Robert Thornton played an extra game after Wes Newton was ill. Could be in trouble if he loses this one. Nigel Pearson and John Parr, your commentators.
Well, thank you, Dave. We're ready for what should be a real struggle here for Robert Thornton. You see, needs a win. He doesn't want to get mired in that relegation battle, and a win would get him out of it. But the problem being, Adrian Lewis with fourth in the league position, and really, I think he's got his eyes set on being #1 by the end of it all. He's a man with a purpose, Nigel.
Absolutely, John. Yeah, and Robert Thornton, a man who cannot afford to let it slip here tonight, because he has a week off next week. He's already played one more game because of Wes Newton's illness, and he will play Phil Taylor in Cardiff on April the 3rd. He doesn't want to be sat waiting on other results. He wants his destiny to be in his own hands, Robert Thornton. So again, an important one here, and Adrian Lewis, for his part, looking to strengthen his claims for a top 4 finish in the Premier League as well. Defeat for Thornton, and he would be dragged right into the relegation mire. So yeah, big game for this fella, and starting off quite nicely as well. Very consistent already in the first leg of the game, couple of ton 40s.
Well, and Robert has played very well throughout the Premier League. And we see Lewis with the 180. We get this jumbo crowd activated.
60.
Record Premier League crowd here in Leeds. This magnificent new venue, and Adrian Lewis turning on the style. Just as Thornton was in a commanding position, he's under pressure now. 12 for tops. He's going to need this as well.
72.
Now Adrian Lewis with a chance. That 180 has set him up for a break of throw.
It'll be 1 dart for tops as well.
43.
He goes low. So Thornton off the hook on his own throw. He loves tops. Comfortable now. Just needs to bring it down. Nods. He knows what he needs to do. More than that, he says. Not that much.
Quite extraordinary the way it dipped so below the red bit there. Lewis now double 5. Does anybody want to win this leg?
15.
Does anybody want to win it?
20.
Double 10 for Thornton.
Well, that is a good marker there. It just gives you such a sight line when you just get yourself lined up. I think he just took a slight step to the left, and he used the sight line of that dart perfectly. I just had every feeling that dart would go in. And Robert did as well, obviously.
Well, 9 missed shots at a double in that first leg. Don't forget Twitter at Sky Sports Darts. Send us your thoughts on the action.
40.
Your observations on what has been a fantastic occasion already here tonight. We're only in the second game of this first ever Premier League visit to Leeds. At Sky Sports Darts on Twitter. Now, Thornton needs a big score here if he is to just put some pressure on Lewis in this second leg. But Lewis with those 2 180s already in this game. Big scoring, and that we know is what he's capable of.
Well, yeah, he didn't get a 180 in this leg, though. He had the 2 180s and failed to capitalize on what it got him, and let Thornton off the hook, really. Although Thornton did have first dart for double on that 112 try. Lewis will, he's right now, he just wants to get down to the double and hit the double. After a nervy first leg at the doubles, it really puts you on edge the next time around when you haven't hit it.
Both players were nervy on the double in the first leg, weren't they? Now he's at treble 10, so he can go 15 for tops here now.
65.
But it was Robert that got out of jail, and he'll feel comfortable with this 76 out. He's thinking, okay, 2-0, 1 dart for double top, I'm going to get it.
No problem from Robert Thornton. Immaculate finish that time. First break of throw. Can he hold it here for a 3-0 lead against the twice world champion Adrian Lewis?
100.
Could be his third, it is. Adrian demonstrating all the scoring ability, but absolutely
81.
flummoxed on the doubles.
4.
100.
Still waiting for that elusive 9 data. But Lewis, when he just hits that big number, you know, just as Thornton may be thinking things are going his way. That didn't help, and Lewis,
80.
once he hits his top form, it's a daunting prospect.
Well, this would be a fantastic venue to get a 9-darter in. The shape of it, the way the crowd are behind you. As a
62.
player up there, and you sense that you hear the oohs and ahs on every dart, this would be the ideal place to get a 9-darter.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Robert Thornton. That's his 27th 180 of the Premier League. Yes, he's played one game more. Yes, this is his 8th game of the campaign. But this now for 3-0. Gets there. Brilliant from Robert Thornton. He leads Adrian Lewis 3-0.
Game on.
We saw Lewis well beaten by Peter Wright in Glasgow.
66.
And he's just got a bit of work to do here because only 66, and now Thornton looking for a big score to put more pressure on. Another one of those are doing quite nicely.
100.
Adrian's legs difference now as well is minus.
100.
His 7th game of the tournament. He's -2, Adrian, when it comes to legs difference. Never know, could be important when it comes to qualifying for the top 4. You would expect him to be in the mix for that. Right now, Wright, Van Gerwen, Van Barneveld, Lewis. Will Phil Taylor survive and be knocking on the door of the top 4 in a few weeks' time? It's all fascinating stuff here in the Premier League 2014.
83.
That's the odd thing about the leg difference is actually Thornton has a better leg difference than Lewis, and he's 3 or 4 places down the table. A very consistent player in this version of the Premier League, Robert Thornton. Always tries so hard. Needs 12 for tops. Needs a double desperately.
92.
And it shows.
Yeah, there's frustration written all over his face, isn't there, Lewis? Treble 19 would leave double 12 for Thornton. Double 12 for 4-0. Magnificent from Robert Thornton. 2 breaks of throw, 4-leg lead. Over to you, Adrian Lewis.
You know, and Adrian, the opening leg of the match, 2 180s against throw, lets Robert Thornton, who missed a bunch of doubles, I think at least 4, and that opportunity, it just sometimes 46. Never comes back again. You know, and certainly Robert Thornton knows what Lewis is thinking, and he's forcing the pain.
And the impact that it would have in the league table as well. Adrian Lewis doesn't want to be stuck on 7. Thornton could move level on points and above him on legs difference. This Premier League table is chopping and changing all the time. Every game vital. There's something on every match in this Premier League.
Well, I think it's only fair if Thornton does win this match. I'd say there's probably only 2 players been more consistent week to week than Robert Thornton. That'd be Peter Wright and Michael Van Gerwen. He's been just an incredible player, consistent.
170.
A lot of 7-5 losses, but it shows he's in the match every time.
98.
Absolutely, yeah. Hugely competitive, Robert Thornton. 27 180s as well in the Premier League. But now Lewis to get a leg on the board and break back immediately. He can go 11 tops. Tops he needs now.
32.
Big problems for Adrian Lewis, big problems, but He'll be back. It's just the finishing. He needs to hit a double and quickly.
Well, yeah, first start,
64.
hopefully.
Adrian require 40.
And he doesn't want to miss low and start scrambling around the board. That's a good first start, really. Yeah. It's better than having to switch to the double tens. When you're missing a lot of doubles, you don't want a new target. You want to just do that little adjustment like he did there.
9 attempts at a double. He finally hits the bed. Adrian Lewis, and it's a break-up throw as well. Thornton knows he's still got some work to do here. But when you look at the finishing stats, huge difference.
36.
If he can hold his throw here, Adrian, feel a lot
59.
happier. He was clearly frustrated just a few moments ago. Body language said it all. Tapping his hip in frustration and
59.
just annoyed with the way things were going, Adrian Lewis. It's just a case where he's taken a deep breath and just take it one leg at a time now, and he's playing a lot better now.
Well, we certainly have the player capable of a comeback here, much like in our first match with Chisnell. Was well ahead of Whitlock and ended up in a draw, and something similar could happen here. And I'm not thinking because Thornton lets down so much as Adrian just comes on and starts hitting his doubles as well as scoring low.
Former Premier League finalist Adrian Lewis, 2011, when he was beaten by Gary Anderson, 10-4.
139. Adrian
Nice from Thornton now. Double 16 for Lewis. Brilliant, more like it. Is he now getting back into the groove? 4-2, Thornton leads, but he knows he's still got some work to do.
Well, yeah, a little momentum against him. He's lost the last 2 legs. Maybe pressing a bit hard to get a big score and maintain his advantage of throw. When you have the threat of the 180 behind you, and Adrian's already had 4. So Robert has that threat. He knows he needs to score well, even on his own throw.
100.
What an atmosphere here in Leeds. Look at this from Lewis as well. He had plenty of room for a third there. Don't forget, coming up, Gary Anderson, Michael van Gerwen, Wes Newton, Phil Taylor, Peter Wright, the only unbeaten Premier League player,
66.
against Barney. Raymond van Barneveld. What a lineup here for our first ever visit to this magnificent arena in Leeds.
93.
And a record Premier League crowd as well. Terrific night.
Yeah, that was the last match there with Peter and
83.
Raymond did a couple of cool cats this year. It's going to be very interesting. Hard to pick a winner. So we'll do what we always do, pick draws this year. There's a lot of draws.
94. Robbie Uruguay, 152.
Chisnell's got 3 draws in 7 outings now. Thornton needs another treble 20 here. So,
92.
an opportunity here for Lewis for another break of throw. Double 10 he needs. Big shot coming in. Blown it.
Yeah, he's become errant on the doubles again. Thornton was 60. You fancy you'll get that. Although he's blocked himself, has to move slightly. No problem. He just has his confidence finishing, doesn't he, now? As usual, he's very good on the tops in most cases. And we were both surprised in the first leg when he struggled to get it. Although he got the leg, he didn't get the tops.
I just wonder how much that might hurt Lewis. Had the opportunity for 4-3. But Thornton has that 3-leg cushion. 5-2 he leads here. If he wins this game, he'll be on 7.
58.
And Adrian Lewis will be on 7. It'll be hugely congested Premier League table.
It is deceptive, though, Nigel, because he's 5-2, but it's only 1 break. If he holds his throw, breaks, and holds his throw again, we're back 5-5. So, and Robert will know that. He'll be pressing very hard to try and break himself.
Table's about as congested as the ring road in Leeds on the way in earlier this afternoon. That's how tight it is, how close.
58.
It is the beauty of the competition as well, that there is something hanging on every game. We haven't had any dead rubbers. We're not seeing signs of any dead rubbers at this stage either. Double 16 for Lewis.
80. Robbie Aguilar, 120.
And the Shanghai in the 20s. The ideal for Robert if he gets that first start, which he has.
100.
You almost feel, I thought he was a little blocked, but he didn't move that time. I think he just thought he was going to get it. Oh, double 9 now. It's a double 7. He's just confirming it because it's a very odd angle. Double 9.
23.
Hold it in.
Robbie Aguilar, 20.
Well, Thornton hits this. He cannot lose the match. Double 10. Double 5 now. Tension. He nods, knowing this is a big shot. Oh, he's got the wrong one.
Well, that's better than hitting a single 5 if he gets another chance. It's double 4 for Lewis. A let off for him, and now he can get a run going, much like how Thornton was let off in the very first leg and he made a run out of it. This could be the run point for Adrian Lewis.
60.
Could have had a point in the bag, Robert Thornton. Lewis pounced. Still only that one break of throw, as you mentioned, John. The one break difference.
And if he wants to win the match, Adrian has to get that break back right now.
100.
In fact, he'll have to get 2 breaks to win the match. Has to win the rest of the legs if he's going to win. 4 legs straight.
Gary Anderson, Michael Van Gerwen standing by. What a match. That is set up quite beautifully. Anderson on the verge of the top 4 right now. Van Gerwen, 1 defeat in 6 matches, 2nd in the table before tonight. Don't miss that one, it's coming up after this.
97.
And on the board for Lewis.
Lewis just scrambling to get a treble 19 the last start to stay within range, put pressure on Thornton's throw.
140.
But the pressure is not telling. Thornton moving down the board well.
94. Robbie
So
Aguilar,
once again,
61.
if Thornton takes this out, he will not be beaten tonight. Double 18, brilliant! Great use of the 25, hits the double 18. Lewis cannot win the match. Has to win 3 straight legs to salvage a point.
97.
Good position for Thornton to be in from here, John.
Well, yes, and for Lewis, even if he doesn't come back and win, every leg counts now because on the leg differential, he wants to be as close to Thornton as he can be.
81.
Nice cover down the board with the treble 19. Thornton 1 leg away from winning the match.
100.
Lewis, though, with a big score here, will be looking good for 6-4. Then it's down to Robert Thornton with the throw. Well, Lewis under no pressure here. Thornton not on a finish.
125.
He corrected well after that first dart in the 5. Gets to the double.
55. Adrian,
Now Lewis to keep his hopes of a draw alive. Double 12, no problem. That's more like it at the finish. Now, this is a big moment for Robert Thornton. Can he hold his nerve? Can he hold his throw? If he does so, he'll have 2 Premier League points in the bag.
Well, it's been quite a while since Adrian's hit a 180. He's got 4, but it's been several legs since he's had one. Correction, he's had 5. And that was the time he needs it. And the leg is desperate to break.
Right on cue, John Part. Brilliant.
140.
And a good response from Thornton as well. This is what the Premier League's all about. Toe-to-toe, head-to-head.
74.
Like 2 boxers trading blows. Into the latter stages of this scrap here in Leeds.
Wants 2 trebles, no doubt about it. Just 1 to get to any finish. So Thornton He's a master of his own fate, I feel. Unless Adrian gets some magic.
5 180s for Lewis, just the one for Thornton. Well, needed the treble 20 there. Big moment for Thornton now. Can he take this 97? Lewis is waiting to pounce if he can't. For the match.
So treble 18, or he's gone for bull for tops.
57.
Well, the top should have been the easy bit, Robert. Especially for you. It's tops for Lewis, and he does nail it and gets the break. And has the throw now to try and get another draw here tonight.
Game on.
Extraordinary. We had a draw in the first game of the night, of course. 2 weeks ago at the West Point Arena in Exeter, we had 3 straight draws, including Lewis van Goen. 3 straight draws at Exeter to launch that night. In fact, every leg was played that night in all 5 games, because Anderson and Taylor and Whitlock and Thornton went to 12 legs as well. But we have 3 straight draws.
And
If Lewis can take this, we've got 2 straight draws here.
well, 2 weeks ago there in Exeter, Phil missed actual darts at double to make it 4 straight draws.
140.
Unusual, it was a Phil Taylor miss that didn't make history, if you see what I mean.
Absolutely.
77.
Slack second dart from Adrian. Thornton still with a chance to seal the deal here.
100.
Well, you need at least 1 treble.
92.
I was thinking more along 20s. He's going to have a 2 treble to double outshot. So really Thornton in a nice position here to get the 2 points. Just needs to get a good score on this. Doesn't need to worry about finishing in this turn.
91.
And he's done that.
136.
It's now or never for Lewis. Robert Thornton is standing by to try and take out the match.
76.
70 he needs.
70.
Maybe treble 10 for tops. Maybe treble 18. Well, he's gone that way. 10, 20 for double top. For 2 points.
30.
Quite extraordinary.
60.
Tension-filled tungsten in Leeds. Lewis needs tops for the draw. Just about sneaks it in there. We've got 2 draws to start the evening here in Leeds. Robert Thornton and Adrian Lewis, a point apiece. Lewis moves on to 8. Thornton is on 6 points from 8 outings. A good, high-quality game there between 2 top Premier League players. It finishes all square. Robert Thornton 6, Adrian Lewis 6. And coming next, what a game this promises to be. It's Gary Anderson and Michael van Goen.